Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind, company-made, probability-based trading alert and technical analysis and company philosophy. And as we know, we are the most trusted source for breaking news, cryptocurrency, and blockchain technology information on YouTube and in the crypto sphere. And we thank you once again, and I thank you once again for coming to us. When you think of trusted crypto and blockchain technology news, and information, and zero FOMO or FUD and propaganda or hype, you think of Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing. And I thank you, as we now have 9 members of Jabroni Killers. And if you want to help support the channel and or take a look at what I just released in our first episode of Commodity Mondays, just got released to members only, a very interesting video on a possible 10x gold return on a particular stock over the next 3 to 5 years. I think that's very possible. 150%, or not a 10x return, yeah, 10x return almost. Going from where the price is to where the price is going would be about a 10x return, about 1,000% return. And I think that's very plausible. And I own a bunch of shares in this company, and it pays a dividend. It's a very good gold company. And if you want to be part of that, it's a one simple, easy payment to sidestep and audible and diagnose and sniff out and detect the best technical analysis from the most trusted source on YouTube, Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, Jabroni Killers. Click that link below and become a member, and check out that first episode 1 of Commodity Mondays, and then go check out the 48-minute 2-part episode 1 of Fiscal and Monetary Policy Fridays that I released last week. There's a separate category down below. If you're a member, you can click the video and watch it. If you're not a member, you can scroll through and see the videos that are there in the growing content, and the Fiscal and Monetary Policy Friday section and the Commodity Monday section, right? Very exciting. In the gold and silver bullion, here's a brief snippet of what I showed my audience, to members of Jabroni Killers. What I have looking out, I've got a laid out plan of a silver chart that stems all the way back to 1800, right? That's how far I've dug into this silver chart. And we have big targets and what's going on in the price of silver, right? And I went in depth on this video. I took about 14 minutes to go over the silver chart on what I think is going on here, and laid this out step by step from the monthly time frame to the weekly time frame, right? What all this means, what all these arrows mean, what everything means up here, all the way out to from the monthly to the weekly into the daily. As you know, Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing is a trading rule. Start from the far out time frame and work your way in. And you can see now in the daily the structure that we've built, and you can see we're bouncing off the 50% Fibonacci retracement, right? And I think we're coming up to retest in the short term, right? At least coming up here to retest in the immediate short term, $28, $29, right, that we had tested back here in this consolidation. Very exciting times in the silver bullion market, very exciting times in the gold market, the mining sector of the gold and silver miners, as we have inflation running away from us, right? We have a very inflationary period over the next 5 to 10 years, and I think gold and silver bullion are going to be heavy hitters and big time players, and where most of the gains are made, right, or people that invested in gold and silver, oil. You can see we have a very bullish gold chart. I went over this, the technicals in gold, and the pattern that I think I found and diagnosed of a 13-year pattern in gold, and where I think that may be going. You can see some of those high price targets, and I went over all this in about a 15-minute or 10-minute with the gold on what's going on here in the gold chart and what all this means, and the pattern that I found out and throughout some of these mining stocks that I think are 5 to 10 baggers over the next 3 to 5 years. And most of the ones that I'm saying 5 to 10 baggers pay you between 2 and 5% dividends to hold them while you're waiting for that potential 5 to 10 bagger, right? So very excited. I did a lot of information on the silver and gold chart to introduce and bring the introductory episode of Commodity Mondays. If you want to be part of that, go check out Jabroni Killers, the link's down below, and simply hit that button for one simple, easy monthly payment of $14.99. It's affordable for all, cheap for all, growing content, best value by far on YouTube, for what I can give you there and what I'm giving you and uploading there. That commodity video today and the Fiscal and Monetary Policy Friday video over 1 hour of content already in 2 videos is more than enough content and more than enough information and education, well worth of $14.99 a month. And I appreciate and look forward to more and more of you joining that group of some of the best minds in the business talking amongst ourselves. And you can see Ethereum's trying to pull a little double bottom here on this uptrending support. And if you're looking at this, you need to hold this double bottom, try to build, continue to build. You can come back down and back test this, but you need to hold that and get above this 200-day close in the hour time frame. And then you can try to get up into here and make a run up to this major overhead resistance. I don't think you're going to get there. I think what's more likely to happen is if you zoomed into a longer time frame, you would, this is where your major overhead resistance is right now in the short term. And this coin, I think this is the pattern that you're going to be following in, with a consolidation would be right here if we put a little price note. And this is Ethereum, just in case you guys know. I am very bullish long-term on Ethereum's technology, right? What's behind it, I think they're going to be able to sell that technology and make a lot of money and make a big business off of that. But this could be the consolidation you're in, right? You could say this is an ascending triangle if that is the pattern that you're in, and then a targeted move would be from the top to the bottom, which would actually get you up there. That's where that targeted move would get you. But I think this is the consolidation pattern we're in, but I think this is more of a bearish consolidation and not a symmetrical triangle or a symmetrical triangle. And I think this is going to eventually hold, maybe make a couple runs up here, but I think eventually it's going to breach this and it's going to have a huge fall down, because I think there's a lot of sell pressure coming, and this is your underneath target in Ethereum. If you breach this uptrending line, there are other areas in the volume indicator where it could have a little bit of bounces, but overall, say you broke this, slipped down, got some buyers, came back and back tested, fell down, came back, moving averages downtrended now, bearish off the moving averages, that would be your underneath target. If you can't hold this uptrending $2,379 support, which on today's price is $2,420, right up in here would be your support, and it's uptrending, right? So that's what's going on there. And the XRP, or in the Ethereum, and the Bitcoin, right? You can see, we'll get this off to the side. You can see in the Bitcoin right now, all that's been happening here is if we zoom in from the 3 hour to the 1 hour time frame, let's make sure this is still going. It is. You can see what's going on in the shorter term is all that's happened is you got rejected off of what we thought the top part of this orange ring, got rejected down to the top part of this volume indicator major area. Now it's trying to bounce, and if it bounces, it can come back up into here, but I think it would get rejected. And I think what's happening now is you're gonna trade within this little area right here, but I think eventually you're falling down and you're gonna breach that, and you're gonna head much lower, and you're gonna come back down and retest this $32,236 or $16. As soon as you breach this area right here, you're falling down and you're going to come down to here, and then you could try to get a little bounce like this, but then the 200-day would closely follow it like that, and then the price would get rejected. You'd make a fourth touch or a third touch down here, which you would breach, and then you would run you all the way down here to this $29,800 target, right? That would be how you do your bearish scenario. And if you want to know if I'm more bullish or bearish, become a member of Jabroni Killers, and you get the first mover advantage at your most trusted source for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, breaking news, and stock trading information, right? Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing and members of Jabroni Killers. And then if you want to break up, you got to get above these 2 rings, and then you can come up to this old high at 45,000. And then if you could gather some support, the 200-day would be moving up. You would come back down and back test it and kick off, and that could lead you to $52,000, right? That's probably not going to happen. I'm not forecasting that to happen, but again, if you want to be a first mover and know what Vincenzo's thinking, become a member of Jabroni Killers. It's a simple, affordable payment. It helps you support the channel, and it's got the best value and the best content and education in a straight to it, simple, easy way to trade this market, right? And that's what we're going to do for you, and that's what I can help you with and understand on how to profit in this crazy, volatile, highly hyper volatile market, just like we have here in the XRP when we start out from the 4 hour time frame. And then we see that that's not far enough. We go to the weekly time frame, and that's just perfect. Or that's a little bit too far, so we're going to go to the daily time frame. And that's just about what we needed to see. You can see XRP, we've been in this long 12-month consolidation where we've had our upper resistance, our lower support, right? Upper resistance descending, 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 uptrending, 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 forms a symmetrical triangle in a big uptrend, right? Which can be bullish or bearish. It's a neutral continuation pattern. I have a short-term target down here, and you can see it's a summertime target down there. But between the short-term and this long-term summertime target, you can get bullish or bearish in between there. Shit. I don't know how to get this off there when it does that. You can get bullish or bearish in the intermediate time. Man, how do I get out of that? I hate when it does that. Hold on. Leave. Trading. It screws me up when it does that. When it hyper zooms in, I can never get out of there. Let's get back in here. Let's make sure this is still recording because this is quite the long video. It's already getting late. Been on here for about an hour now. So you can see we need to get back out of that. We need to get back into the cryptos. And we were talking about XRP, I believe. And we were in the daily time frame. And then we're going to square that out, even that out. And this is where we were. And you can see even in the immediate, even though we have that long, short-term and long-term summer target, in the immediate short-term, there can be a lot of volatility. And if you want to know if you're going to hold this critical 72-cent uptrending resistance that we've been having trouble with after the daily time frame, if you remember when we were back here in the daily, we told you that this was the 200th day that was going to pop you out, and then we laid out a way where you could get to 95 cents, but we told you had to first get rejected by the 200 day, come back and back test this, hold it, which it breached it, but got supported on the green ring, came back up, and we said that's how you could come up into here after you got rejected by the 200 day in the daily time frame, midway through this triangle. And then if we zoom back into the 4-hour time frame, you can see what we're talking about currently is it did exactly that. Let's get rid of this. You can see with our drawing industry exclusive drawing tool, this is where that 200 day is in the daily time frame. It got rejected, came back to the 72-cent uptrending line that we said it had to, breached it, but got support briefly on the green ring. That's why the rings are there. And now it's on here trying to hold this. And if it can hold this, you could in the short term, the immediate short term, meaning a week or two, come up here and fulfill this 95-cent target that we've been watching out for. But if you want to know if I think it's going there, or if I think you're going to not hold this and flush, you need to be a member of Jabroni Killers and get the first mover advantage, because members of Jabroni Killers already know where I'm leaning and calling for, where my call is, because there's quite the difference. It's a 34.69% pump, or it's a 27.69% flush. That's a 75% spread. And if you want to heighten your odds, you need to become a member of Jabroni Killers so Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing can keep you out ahead of that. And give you the first mover advantage that you need and want. Same thing with the XLM. We're sitting here at this 17-cent double bottom that it's trying to hold. And if you can hold that, you can make a run back up here to 22 cents. But if you breach this, there's a long way down to the next blue ring, as we've been playing ring to ring to ring. And if it can't hold at 17 cents, unfortunately, if you're in this coin, you can stay in it confidently until you breach this 17 cents and this low, because if you breach that before you can get some support and buyers, it's a long way down with our industry exclusive one of a kind measuring tool. That is a 39.69% flush to your next underneath support, which is all the way down here at 10 cents where that nice beautiful green arrow is pointed to, right? So that's what we're looking at there. We're going to keep you on top of everything. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, and we'll help you sidestep and audible the criminal gangster cartel that is trying to manipulate this market, and we're going to keep you ahead of that, right? And if you look at ADA, it's the same thing. We've been looking at these coins earlier. You can see we're still hedging bearish. 56 cents is your lower support. 92 cents is mid-ground, upper resistance, 92 to 94 cents. And then major upper resistance on some kind of crazy pump is way up there at $1.67. If you want to know where Vincenzo thinks, is it coming down here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or are we going to have a little bit of a pump, which even on a little bit of a pump into the moving averages would be a nice 13 to 19% pump? Or do we think it's coming down, because this is your next target on the sell side is 29% down is where the next buyers should be on ADA or Algo on the pump down, and then uh, ADA is right here and a similar thing, except it's in the mid part of the last line of defense, aka get my shit together zone to the shit house. And you can see we've been calling this beautifully, but right now it would appear to me is you're coming down to the 63 cents as your underneath target in Algo, right? If you can get some buyers, you can try to get back to the upper part of this support zone at $1, but it'd be very bearish there, right? So the market's looking shaky, the market's looking bearish. If you want to get the first mover advantage and check out Commodity Mondays, Fiscal and Monetary Policy Fridays, there's 1 hour and about 10 minutes worth of content on the it's in channel premiere of those two on Fiscal and Monetary Policy Friday. First video came out last Friday, and the first Commodity Mondays I released about an hour early today, leading in to Monday morning. Peace and love. Peace and love. Look forward to seeing future jabroni killers.